So I was watching Game Over Montreal the other night after the game against Vancouver, and Andrew Berkshire said something that honestly really resonated with me, and I was like, wow, that's a really good comparison. Nick Suzuki, right now especially, and if you've watched most of, which I have, Nick Suzuki's career, you'll see that he looks like SAKU KOIVU 2.0. And not just because he's the first-line center, and not just because he wears the C on his chest, but the style of play. Like, they have a lot of the same type of skill, a lot of the same play style, okay? Like, they're both two-way centermen. I mean, Nick is getting better in the faceoff circle. SAKU was pretty good in the faceoff circle. They have skill offensively, and they can score points, but they're also not mega stars who are going to put up like 50 goals and 120 points, you know what I mean? So I thought that was a really, really good comparison by Andrew Berkshire. And the more I think about it, and the more I analyze Nick's game versus SAKU's back in the day, if you're a Habs fan who, I mean, look, let's be real, SAKU is loved in the city of Montreal, but if you watched SAKU in his glory days with the Montreal Canadiens, now comparing him to Nick Suzuki, who again, I understand he's still blossoming, he's still in his early 20s, but the eye test does not lie. And the eye test right now, I think that's such a great, astute, intelligent comparison by Andrew Berkshire there. He really does look like SAKU KOIVU out there. And look, the one thing I will say is initially I was like, maybe Nick has more offensive potential, offensive upside, because he's got those slick mitts, and he's got that hockey sense, he's got that amazing shot. Maybe he's got more offensive upside to put up more points than SAKU did. But if I think back, I mean, KOIVU, he had some good offensive skill. He was good offensively. Yes, a lot of times he was more focused on being responsible on both sides of the puck, but make no mistake about it, SAKU KOIVU had slick hands, and he could put the puck in the net. He had good offensive instincts. But that's what I kind of want to know from you guys. Who do you think has the more offensive upside? Is it Suzuki, or was it SAKU KOIVU? And I mean, I know some people are going to have revisionist history, and it's interesting because some people are going to have revisionist history and romanticize the past with SAKU, but also some people are going to have a recency bias with Nick Suzuki. So, I mean, it's going to be very interesting, and I want to hear why. Okay, comment down below and tell me who has more offensive upside and why. I really want to know, because Habs fans are smart, they're intelligent, and they know the game. They know their hockey, and I want to know who you guys think is better offensively, because to me, I'm torn right now. The thing about KOIVU, though, looking at his stats, I mean, he didn't ever score more than 22 goals in a season, and his career high for points was 75 in 2006-2007 with the Montreal Canadiens. As we know, Nick Suzuki is off to a scorching start. He just got over 60 points last season as a 22-year-old, and this year, I mean, he's absolutely cooking with gas with the Montreal Canadiens. First year as captain, he's already got 17 points in his first 14, and he has a 21-goal season last year. So, again, the NHL isn't what it used to be, and SAKU played in that dead puck era, right? So, it's a little bit different, but just as far as upside, I mean, Suzuki, I think he'll get at some point a 90-plus point season. He'll probably score 30 to 40 goals pretty regularly. I think as far as goals for Nick, it's going to be between 25 and 30 on a yearly basis. And if he really caps out, he'll have like a 40-goal season. Could Nick Suzuki get 100 points? Maybe if everything goes absolutely perfectly for him and his line mates are lining it up, which clearly Cole Caufield is probably going to do. I could see Suzuki maybe having a 100-point season, but I think Suzuki's an 80 to 90-point player. And as far as goals, 25 to 30 once he hits his prime there, which again, I guess, if you look at pure numbers, is going to be better than SAKU. But just as far as offensive upside, I want to know about it. But man, does he look like the reincarnation of SAKU KOIVU right now. And how awesome would that be? Because SAKU is so well liked in the community and by the fans in Montreal. And Suzuki really seems to be following that trend where people just adore this kid. Like the second he stepped on the ice, like people, you think that, I mean, except for that one guy, I mean, I hear it all over Twitter, that one guy, I think it's Norman Flynn, who suggested they trade Suzuki for Wayne Simmons, which was insane back in the day. Everyone has seemed to love this guy the second he stepped on the ice, which is crazy considering he got traded for Pacioretty, and Pacioretty was a captain in Montreal. But I mean, as soon as Nick Suzuki became a Montreal Canadian, he was like an instant fan favorite. So, very interesting stuff. What do you guys think about this comparison? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.